Okay, I can't lie, this album is pretty bad so far. Alright, the next one's called Field Trip.
This ain't cheddar, this quiche.
Oh, nice. Don Toliver feature.
A few moments later.
You got Cardi on this too?
A few minutes later.
Okay, the song's pretty far in at this point. I mean, it's over halfway over. Oh.
Always hollering about you rich, we reach. This ain't no regular cheddar, this quiche. You ain't outside,
Okay.
I wish it was different. You ain't outside, I wish it was different.
Okay. Okay, Kanye, what next? That was it? That was the whole thing?
You know, he didn't even actually have to record anything for this song. Like, it's all AI.
What are you talking about? I literally just heard him.
Yeah, man, it's awesome. They just got Ty Dolla $ign to record the second half of his verse with a Kanye AI filter, dude. It's so hard.
Dude, are you... The year is 2025. Your phone can respond to texts from your wife, your note-taking app takes your notes, your computer does your homework, and your car is learning how to drive itself. Once it figures out how to not hit people. Isn't life just great now? No, but seriously, like, I have a very hard time coming to terms with the fact that AI is just slowly making me useless. Why learn a recipe when my AI grill can flip a burger better than me? Why pay attention to my baby when an app can tell me if it's crying is important? As someone who spends a lot of time behind a computer learning about AI, both formally and also just in the real world on the internet, I'm sure most people are, I've seen a trend over the past few years where people have begun to grossly misuse this technology. Don't get me wrong, it's incredible that Visual Studio can help me fix a bug, or ChatGPT can answer a question that I do not want to Google, but I think a lot of people have started to let it fully replace them at a time that AI is clearly not capable of doing that. Most importantly, I've seen people begin to use AI for things that I don't think it should ever be used for, no matter how good it is. As far as I'm concerned, the only reason that art is powerful is because humans made it. So people using AI to create music and album covers just kind of feels like it defeats the purpose of art. Of course, though, my claims are not without evidence. The new critically despised Vultures 2 by Kanye West is kind of a perfect case study as to why you should not do that. For those who aren't up to date with Kanye West for one reason or another, maybe you don't listen to rap or don't really care about music that much or even celebrities at all, the past few years for Kanye West have been pretty bad. He's released a lot of really low quality music and nothing else bad has happened. Regardless, I still listened to the album the day it came out and I could immediately tell that something was off. His voice sounded like it was coming from a Zoom meeting. It was all distorted and like choppy and laggy and not the way a human voice sounds. It sounded like it was coming from a computer. And it was, but not in that way. You see, Kanye West has openly admitted in the past few months that a lot of artificial intelligence was used to create all aspects of Vultures 2, which culminated in the release of a music video for one of the album's standout songs, 530, which, believe it or not, is AI.
5:30, the call missing. No text backs or call misses. I feel like we all victims. Nights been getting long. Drunk testing, I should not do Patron.
Would you be able to tell if I didn't tell you? This is all kind of troubling to me. While I understand the sentiment and I see it from a moral perspective where it's technically okay, given that Kanye gave permission to use his voice to train the AI model, it just feels a little bit disingenuous. If you don't want to make music anymore, don't make music anymore. In fact, if I never heard anything else about Kanye West again, that would probably be a net positive. Don't lie to millions of people who are excitedly awaiting your new album just because you were too lazy to go in a studio for one day and record something for the job that pays you millions of dollars. Not to mention, this lack of effort from Kanye West trickles down to everyone who works for him, or everyone who still works for him. The producer no longer needs to get paid to record Kanye's vocals because Kanye's not recording his vocals at all. There are hundreds and thousands of talented, creative, and up-and-coming music video directors who would kill for a song with Kanye West. Instead, They're all eating ice soup because Kanye couldn't be bothered to pay a couple $100s to make a music video that didn't look like garbage. The same is the case for other steps in the production process too. Rick Beato, YouTube's resident old guitar player, claims that mixing and mastering engineers are on their way out. Their job's just not really needed anymore because a computer can do the same work cheaper and faster. And don't even get me started on AI art for album covers. I was really disappointed when Tears for Fears, yeah, like this Tears for Fears, unveiled the cover for their new album and it looked like this. It's very clearly AI generated, which is pretty disappointing to me considering their huge legacy and presumed wealth from that. Instead of hiring a photographer or an artist to make them a unique album cover, they just went on ChatGPT to save them a few hours and a few dollars, when the harsh reality is there's thousands of artists who would, again, kill to make that album cover that now aren't getting paid because they wanted to save a few of their $1 million. Not to mention, these AI tools, regardless of what they're being used for, are being trained off the people whose jobs they're actively stealing. I guess my point is that artificial intelligence isn't morally wrong solely because it's being trained off of the data of unconsenting people, though obviously that is a problem, but also in doing so, it kind of renders those independents obsolete to the subset of people who just don't really see this AI usage as a problem. Art isn't art without people, but also people aren't people without art. Humans crave some sort of emotional connection, whether it's personal or through any sort of artistic abstraction. And I feel that AI is kind of slowly dripping into this river of creativity and poisoning it with soulless, uncanny garbage that morally corrupt artists will utilize. And with the use of AI, they can do it for no investment risk, no employees, no time waste, and no heart. No art. Thanks for watching.